There's no end to new game releases, no end to my excitement for new game releases. Admittedly, I wish there were more MMO releases to be excited for, but I mean, we have like 2, maybe 3 coming in some capacity before the end of 2025, with more slated to release in 2026. With that being said, to satiate my thirst and appetite for video games, I'm looking forward to plenty of RPGs, first-person shooters, even gacha games. I have a channel dedicated to that after all. With this in mind, I wanted to essentially go over my list of games I'm most excited for that are going to be releasing in September 2025. These are games of varying different genres on numerous different platforms. These are single player and also multiple of them happen to be multiplayer. These are games that you can play with friends, and I can play with my wife, MRSSTIX, because we love playing video games together. It's a hobby of ours, and also, I guess, my career as well. Now let's go ahead and talk about the games that I'm excited for in the month of September 2025. Quick note, there is not a single MMO included in this list, but that's because there is not a single MMO releasing in September 2025. I'm gonna go ahead and start this off with Borderlands 4. I'm a huge Borderlands fan. You have no idea. I've played Borderlands 1 more than I feel like any other FPS. Borderlands 2 is one of the greatest villains in video game history in the form of Handsome Jack. Borderlands 3 was admittedly a horrific letdown. The pre-sequel was just kinda okay. Borderlands 4, though, is the 5th mainline looter shooter from Gearbox, launching September 12, 2025 onto the PS5, the Xbox Series XS, PC, and later Nintendo Switch 2. This game is set on the high-tech, war-torn planet Kairos. You play as one of 4 custom vault hunters, like always, fighting the Timekeeper synthetic army hunting alien vaults. This keeps to the original Borderlands theme. It features billions of guns. It features a seamless open world, new mobility options in the form of like grappling and hover bikes, which is gonna be so fucking cool, man. Deep skill trees, and most importantly, 4-player co-op like always with full cross-play functionality. The game is built on Unreal Engine 5. It is the series' biggest world yet, with a darker story, thank God, because Borderlands 3's story was trash, a robust endgame, and also a DLC roadmap. It refines Borderlands 3's flaws, of which there were numerous, with smoother combat, thank God, better vehicles, which is awesome, and emergent humor, as is typically known. What I'm hoping for here, though, is if we have Tiny Tina make an appearance, please revert her to her Borderlands 2 version, or like just don't make her the Borderlands 3 version of her character. It was terrible. Next, we have Silent Hill F, which is honestly a little bit different to the normal Silent Hill games I'm used to. This is an upcoming survival horror game from Konami and Neobards Entertainment. This is also set in the 1960s rural Japan, a town in rural Japan. It follows a schoolgirl drawn into a nightmarish world of monsters, fog, and parasitic flora. This is releasing onto the PS5, Xbox Series XS, PC. It's going to blend Silent Hill's psychological horror with a fresh Japanese setting, which I think could actually be really cool. The game has grown a little bit stale, and I think adding this, I don't know, flair to it, the stunning visuals, it could help elevate it to something that we haven't seen before. And honestly, I think that's kind of what the genre, or not the genre, the franchise needs. It's gonna have emotional depth. It's honestly, I don't know, I'm kind of hyped to see a return to the series' roots, but with like a different skin. Before we go any further, I do want to take a moment here to thank all of my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are absolutely phenomenal, and I genuinely cannot thank you all enough for the support. Then we have Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles. This is a remake of the 1997 tactical RPG classic from Square Enix, set in the war-torn kingdom of Ivalice, which we've actually visited on numerous different occasions throughout various different Final Fantasy games. You'll battle on an isometric 3D grid with job-based customization. There are dozens of different classes, like the Dragoon, like the Black Mage, like the Knight. There will be ability mixing, strategic terrain usage. It's going to be launching on September 30, 2025, which honestly leaves plenty of room between Borderlands 4, which releases September 12th, onto PS4, PS5, the Switch, Switch 2, and the Xbox Series XS, including PC via Steam. There are 2 different modes that are going to be available, the classic 1997 version, and an enhanced one with full voice acting in English and Japanese, which is sick. By the way, I can't wait to hear this game with an actual genuine English dub. I just hope they do a really good job with it. It's going to have a refined UI, 3 different difficulties, casual, standard, tactical. It's going to have a fast forward mode, thank God. Job and gear saves, restored sound levels, and quality of life tweaks. The game is directed by original team members like Kazutoyo Maehiro and Yasumi Matsuno. It is going to modernize the entire game, a genre-defining story, making it exponentially more accessible to newcomers while preserving the depth for veterans like you and me. Given I grew up on every Final Fantasy game, including Tactics, this is going to be a nostalgia hit like none other. Atelier Resleriana, the Red Alchemist and the White Guardian, is the 27th mainline entry in the Atelier series. This game is developed by Ghost and Team Ninja, published by Koei Tecmo. I've honestly played more Atelier games than I can count, and The Red Alchemist looks like another solid title in an ever-expanding franchise. It follows 2 dual protagonists, Rias and Slod, as they investigate a disaster that depopulated the town of Halfine and rebuild it. It features strategic turn-based battles. You can have up to 6 different character teams with multi-actions, unite attacks, item mixes. There are randomized dimensional path dungeons for exploration and rare materials, shop management via ferries to fund town development. It'll be launching September 26, 2025 on the PS5, the Switch, and PC, with a Japan-exclusive PS4 version. It looks like it's going to deliver the traditional Atelier charm, synthesis, exploration, and a solid story, evolved with deeper alchemy mechanics and town building, which I'm actually kind of curious to see how they do. Hollow Knight Silksong is the highly anticipated sequel to the 2017 Metroidvania masterpiece Hollow Knight, developed and published by Team Cherry. The game is going to take place in an entirely new kingdom, where you'll explore a vast hand-drawn world filled with intricate platforming, challenging combat, ability upgrades, and pretty deep lore. It features fluid silk-based mechanics, new bosses, secrets, and a larger map with NPC interactions. After years of delays, and honestly, can you blame them? It's difficult crafting a masterpiece. It launches September 25, 2025 on Nintendo Switch, Switch 2, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, and PC via Steam, with a $20 digital price and physical editions. It expands on Hollow Knight's ridiculously addictive exploration and gameplay, with fresh storytelling promising dozens of hours of content. This could be the finest indie Metroidvania sequel ever made. And finally, Shape of Dreams is an action roguelike game blending MOBA-style controls with roguelike elements, developed by indie studio Lizard Smoothie. I know, yeah, great name. And published by NeoWiz. Yes, NeoWiz, the very same people behind Bless Online and Bless Unleashed. I still have PTSD from those games. Thankfully, NeoWiz is just a publisher here and not the developer. Set in the Rapids, a collapsing realm between dreams and reality, players will enter as heroes seeking wishes at the dream world's end. You'll be able to customize your characters via memory editing, you'll swap abilities, you'll attach essences for synergies, and explore procedurally generated worlds with quests, events, over 200 collectibles, and hunter threats. It features 8 diverse characters. You have melee, you have tanks, you have mages. There are numerous different difficulty options, permanent upgrades, endless challenges, and once again, much like Borderlands 4, up to 4-player co-op, where players will be able to heal, buff, tank, which means, honestly, this is gonna be something that I get to play with MRSSTIX, because naturally. It launches September 11th, 2025 on PC via Steam, with a free demo available right now, and progress carries over. As you saw, numerous games here happen to be co-op compatible, and that's because I love MMOs, and part of what I love about MMOs is the multiplayer aspect. So being able to play these games with MRSSTIX just makes them exponentially more enjoyable. But those are the games that I'm most excited for coming in September 2025. But I'm sure there are plenty of other phenomenal games that I could be playing. I just don't really want to. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.